Hello, beautiful souls. So, today we are going to discuss. It's a bit dark, I have to turn the light on. We're going to discuss a lot of different things. The Olympics from 2012, we'll go back and look at a few things. And also, we're going to discuss a lot of agendas that are going on and why. And we're going to do energy readings, energy shifts, and where to from now? How can we navigate ourselves in what's going on, basically? Okay, so we're going to do that. But first of all, we're going to change the energy. Right, our singing bowl. I'm just going to turn the light on because I don't have the back light on today. Beautiful. Okay, that should go on in a sec. A bit slow. So welcome to my channel. I'm Corolla. I'm a soul mender. I do unhooking agendas, unhooking souls from past karmas with other souls. I use the violet flame. I'm a designer of an oracle deck. I also write a lot of poetry, which I haven't even not read much out here. I also a chef by trade also, and I have a lot of healing modules, which I love doing also. But I like talking about how we can raise our vibrations and how we can become a better version of ourselves, basically. So that's what I like talking about. So as my channel's only small, which it doesn't matter, hopefully one day it grows, we hang in there. So welcome to the one who are interested in listening and want to know more knowledge. You can also email me. My email address is underneath. I do have a Facebook page where I post a lot of things on, but I haven't put it underneath. You can go and have a look. Just search my name. There's usually a lot of pictures up for it. So anyway, it's a beautiful evening. It's very muggy here in a moment. So I don't know. So we're going to go into some of the deep dives more and agendas today. So I've been looking at a lot of different things. As you know, that certain people get removed from platforms because of what they speak out or what they do, whatever the case may be. They get basically found guilty before they even are guilty. But shit like that has been happening for centuries, basically. And I want to talk about something really from the 1800s and early 1700s also, which I find very fascinating. So I'm going to start off with that first before I do the other deep dive. So I was watching a show the other day by a channel on YouTube as well about Cabbage Patch babies for sale, like on these postcards basically. And it was really interesting. So they were worldwide, these postcards, as far as I know. So and they've actually just made a book on it, which is really fascinating. And it had stalks in it with babies in it, babies in cabbages, basically babies everywhere. And baby shops where people could purchase babies, and these postcards were sent out that they only had such little time to, time's running out, they should buy this baby, such and such. And it's really odd is why were the babies for sale? Where were the parents? How did these babies come to this earth plane I think I've done a show on this before. So going back to it is, how many had souls? What if they had children of their own? Are they soulless? Are they, it makes you wonder what kind of world we're actually running. So I'm going to do a reading on it. I'll just to get more in depth of it. So, and then I'm going to use some oracle cards as well. So I'm just going to do the tarot first. Okay. So, see what they say. And then the babies in the 17 and 1800s, are they Earth babies? So we're going to ask that. I wonder if you can. I don't think the cards show very well in here. So we're gonna go down to the cards now. Okay, so you can see. I'm just going to move that over like that. All right. So what are they, Earth babies? So this is a really dark card. Okay, so I'm going to lay it out. And so my technology is not as good as some people's, but I'm trying the best I can. So we have the 9 of Wands. So there's a frozen. So something was frozen with these babies. I've got the Sun card. So we'll see what the story tells us. The Wheel of Fortune. So something happened to society there. Had lots of heads went, I don't know, rolling. I think that's when all the asylum came up. What happened to the parent? So it was very dark. So I got the Devil card here. It was a creation. I got the Hermit shining the light on it. So after all this time I feel they came from other dimensions as well, called vortex dimension, stargaze vortexes. It's a deep hidden secret. And how's the judgment on that? Where's all the parents gone? Like, there's a lot of coffins there. Was it a reset? I got the Star card, so I believe a lot came from other worlds. And it was to make money. Okay, so I'll leave the cards at then. Now I'm going to get the help. So basically what I'm seeing here, some were frozen embryos, so we use this card as the frozen. All right, it was came from a darker energy. It was very sort of evil, like it's a devil card, so it's evil, but also some outer worlders was involved in it. Dark secrets. When the head rolls, like it's like it was. They're showing like a witch hunt. There were angels behind. And in this card, as I'm reading it, it was like that phase of the life was taken over by darker energies, and the good people got shunned and dealt with. That's what I'm feeling. I'm trying to tune into it a bit more. There were a lot of funerals and deaths, or deaths mainly. I'm not sure if they had funerals in those days. It's quite a long time ago for that. So here we have the Sun card. The Sun card always represents children as well coming through. So we have a very intelligent mix of children that were in that. I feel there was a feminine energy very involved in it as well. And it was how at that time, because we have a skeleton up here too with red eyes, is so it was a money racket. So selling babies was a big money racket in the 1800s. So because I remember there's even shops there that got involved, incubators in the world trade, like they had trade centers and all that. So it was quite interesting because it makes you wonder where did they all come from? There's even on these postcards, orphan trains, electric cars, beautiful buildings in the background. So it's quite interesting. Now, from any of these children, from any of these other world is creation. So we got the two Setians. You can see that card, which means some came on through vortexes. There's an old civilization there. Very strong-minded, I feel. A creation by the grace was some of it, but they feel they were misunderstood in this. Oh, and then we have the reptilian involved in this as well. Surprise. And it was, they used a lot of magical powers because here's the third eye. The vision, the manifestation. And then this, we're in meditation. And I suppose with this card it was all about growing up, lessons growing up, responsibilities of the chaos that was created in the water and on the earth, how to make the earth. So there is a lot there actually. So how you perceive it is up to you. Is because over the years they've been trying to close our third eye, our belief in other universal beings, but they've always been around us no matter what anyone says. So we do live in a big universe. So all right, sort of that question answered. So they're from a bit all over the place. So but this makes you wonder where we as a human being species, what's really going on. Like when you look at everything that's going on around us, it's a bit like I don't have words for it. I don't even know what to say sometimes. Anyway, it's a bit crazy. Anyway, we'll leave that part there. Anyway, I might buy the book of that actually because it really interests me. And they're collectors of these postcards, so they've been collecting them apparently. So, and it's interesting because we do have to look back at our past to understand where we are at now and why are we in this mess we're in. Why have we allowed, why is our power, why do people always try and take our power away? Why are they always take our freedom away? Why do they want us to eat bugs and starve? And I mean, it's just crazy. Like their logic just doesn't make sense. and what they're trying to do is like trying to make you believe certain things, yet there's no sense in it, and that's just my opinion, but this is for entertainment purpose. I'm not here to offend anyone, but that's just my point of view on how I view a lot of things. I want to talk about people in governments imposing laws. So apparently we vote the government in and they're supposed to work for us, but apparently I don't see that. I just see all these crazy rules coming up. So I always say that there's so many strings on a puppet, and who's pulling it, and what is the agenda, how do we change our consciousness in this? How do we survive in this controlled environment? Like sometimes it feels like you're a slave on this planet, or however you want to call it. That's just my point of view. How can we find our inner happiness in all this chaos, basically? So I always feel that stepping into your own power is the most important thing in this world. I said in many of my predictions that there was a lot of water coming. I never really understood if it was by floods, man-made disasters, and there were things behind it, basically. So I just saw a lot of water all the time. So when I look around the world, there's a lot of water everywhere, flooding things, which is really sad. Is it for the cleansing, or is it man-made? I feel there's a lot of things that are created, but that's just my opinion again. So we're going to use some water theme cards. So there's a lot of fires, water, and stuff like that. So let's go and see what news will the water give us. It's heartbreaking to see, like I just don't understand how people can be so heartless when we are learning to be in our heart space, learning to love ourselves, basically. Okay. So we have the white spring, release, let go with peace. So it's surrendering to more peaceful situations. Then we have the blue Tara. So that blue Tara is a very strong obstacle card. And as you can see, the blue in the fires, blue things didn't burn. Okay. So as humanity, we have to actually step in our power and overcome, step out of fear. Basically, the next card is Lady of the Lake. See, more water. Conjure your magic. Be in the magic. Find you in your soul essence. Do your soul work. Work with your soul. Work with your higher self. Trust who you are as a higher self. Happy I'll pull one more out of this. And the goddess of uncooked detachment. So we're very detached in this world to materialistic things. We've lost our way spiritually, that we are a soul doing the human experience, where we're visiting this earth and we're not treating the earth very nice sometimes. There's a lot of people that put agendas on this earth and do a lot of things that are not nice to the earth. And they do it country by country, reaping in all the rewards and keeping them with greed, and then trying to squish other countries in the meanwhile. So there's so much stuff going on But how do we as human beings understand that we can't step into fear over it, that we actually need to stand up for ourselves where it takes us? So that's with the water. So it's interesting is there's so many things unfolding, and fear is what they feed on. So let the fear go. That's what I always say. So anyway, I want to do a read. I just did a deep dive on this. So I'm going to go back into something because this person's getting kicked off the platform. So I've done a reading earlier on him. So to me, this person that I'm going to talk about was in the 2012 Olympics singing a song, I'm the Walrus. Walrus, right, which was also a song by a famous band. And Willy Wonka Factory. He got called it, this person was a free spirit kind of person. Anyway, in this clip is a beautiful, colourful bus driving along, right? And I researched what an Eggman was and the big story for it. So the bus came out basically with this person singing a song called I'm the Walrus, which is an animal in the Antarctica and the North Pole in Arctic Ocean. Also, this song mentioned Edgar Allan Poe, who is a poet from the 1800s to 1849 on mysteries, murders, satanic, occult, and he had a suspicious death apparently. So that was quite interesting. And they also mentioned another singer from a band called The Animals as the Eggman, but I won't go too much into that because it's very detailed. So, but we're going to go into this person that was singing on the bus, came out of the bus. They had 4 police women walking there with the sirens on it. Now, is accused to have done something to 4 women, which were basically where this department decided to look for 4 people, not that they came forward, right? So I won't go into it because if you read the history of this person, his book was explained a lot how he wasn't and how addicted, but we won't go into that because that's his story, right? Whether it's true or not, I don't know. I didn't live his life. I just know what I know through my readings and here. So can you imagine you're in 2012, you're doing this famous thing on a bus at the end of the ceremony, then the song is quite interesting, right? I'll just get up to learn. I'm the walrus, 1, 2, 3, I'm he, as you are he, as you are me, and we're all together. See how they run like pigs from a gun. See how they fly, I am crying, sitting on a cornflake waiting for the van to come. Corporation T-shirt, stupid bloody Tuesday. Man, you've been naughty boy. You let your face grow long. I'm the Eggman. They are the Eggmen. I'm the Walrus. Goo jump. Some crap. Mr. City Policeman, sitting pretty little policemen in a row. See how they fly like Lucy in the sky. See how they run. Well, Lucy in the Sky was another song as well. I'm crying, I'm crying, I'm crying. Yellow meta cusset dripping from a dead dog's eye. What a weird lyric. Crapper locker fishwife pornographic pornography priestess. Oh, that's very smutty. Boy, you've been a naughty girl. Let your knickers down. I'm the Eggman. They are the Eggman. I'm the walrus goo goo goo, sitting in the English garden waiting for the sun. If the sun don't come, you get a tan from standing in the English rain. I'm the Eggman. So, and the song goes on, texpert, choking smokers. Don't think the Joker laughs at you. See how they smile like pigs in the sty. See how they snide. I'm crying. Semolina Pilchard climbing up the Eiffel Tower. Elementary penguins singing Hare Krishna Man. You should have seen them kicking Edgar Allan Poe. So this is Edgar Allan Poe. So I googled his name, and he was a poet of mystery, murders, occult, satanic stuff in his poetry, and that was in the 1800s. Okay, so that's what I found on that. And then I found other things that who they actually sung the song about. So they say, elementary penguins singing Hare Krishna. I am the Eggman. I'm the Eggman. I'm the walrus. Goo goo goo. Here they are. So that they are the lyrics to that song, which is quite interesting. Make out of it what you like, but it's just ironic that they sing a song like that and mention someone's name that died in the 1800s that was in satanic and occult writing and poetry and had a mysterious death. Why would you put that person? And I question everything. So I looked up what an Eggman is. An Eggman is a dust curly mad scientist who plans to conquer the world to build his own empire, an overreach. So there you go. What's going on in here? An overreach. He's also in the Hedgehog games. So I just thought that was interesting. So I'm going to do a reading on this a little bit. So was the 2012 Olympics an eye-opener? As you know, they had the big needles out, the Bonson was going to hospital bed, and so it was a script, a chess game for us to see. So also just remember that it is said that a lot of famous people signed their soul away, okay? And I feel this has happened to this person as well. And he started anew. So make out of it whatever you will. But always remember that many of them didn't know any better and signed away many of their soul's traits. So I suppose you can still unhook it. I do unhooking. So there are ways of unhooking contracts. Just always remember that. All right, so a reading on this, on R&B, the song, the layout on the 2012 Olympics. We're traveling back in a mystery. All right, our first card is, yes, it was all planned. What they've done in 2020 onwards. It was a big contract. They were showing you what they were going to do. As a lot of people would have done readings on this anyway, but we're just jumping back because I want to see. It was a spell. The song is a spell. The lyrics were not meant to make sense with this card. There's a lot of deep sadness as well here. To me, it was a big spell because we're talking about what this was for. It has to do with children. Water boats, energy coming in. That's how some of that transparent. Addiction card. The Chariot. How do we prevail good and evil? What's the story with that? More energy. There was a lot of spells here. It wasn't this one. It was like, of what I'm seeing, there's a lot of spells in what was going on at this ceremony. Many deals were made. Even with this card, there's thunder and lightning behind it. If you, the light's trying to come in, and the window's shut to it, but one window's open, flying everything around, and the chess game is down the bottom here because of the black and white flooring. So it's quite interesting. These are very high up magicians who knew of the world, what comes in. And when you have a addictive card like the Seven of Cups, it's filling up their cups basically. It was their show and allowing, and they like, but then there were a lot of water. What's going on in the world now, there's a lot of water everywhere, and because it's a night, it's also coming from the higher, but there's sunshine behind, so there are things that will change. Stargates, other dimensions are used, like vortexes, wormholes, however you want to prescribe them. There's a beautiful new energy coming in. This is very fiery. And this is the ending of this era, okay? This is the Death card. It's very mentally exhausting. There's a celebration here. So there was lots going, so wow. Anyway, when you put all that in perspective, is so everything is a chess game. Everything is a game of chess. You have winners, you have losers, you have people that get thrown under the bus. That's why they were standing on the bus, coming down, and they got sacrificed, basically, because they are thrown under the bus now. All right. So that is 2012. We're in 2023. 11 years. Wow. Interesting. 11 is a master number. Interesting. So that's my perspective on it. So anyway, that was a deep dive that I wanted to talk about, something totally different. And now we're going to go into more healing kind of things. So when we do readings on things in the past, and many readers probably would have done readings on it, a lot of speculation came out what this was, and that always remember is there's a lot of agendas going on. Whether we understanding or not doesn't matter. Is we know there's something not right, and it doesn't matter who it is. We can't lose our freedom of speech, our freedom of who we are. If you call that freedom, because sometimes I don't feel like it, but the best growth in this beautiful place in this world is ourselves growing into our own power and understanding and realizing the chess game that they are playing with humanity is, we have AI technology that's so huge and plays such a big part in a lot of things. But just always remember that has a button on and off as well, so people can turn it off, on. So we're going to do the AI thing, which I was never really interested in a lot of AI things and technology. It's a bit, when you get a bit older, like the kids have grown up with it, they're used to it. But it is the most addictive tool if you choose it to be. Anything can be an addiction if you choose it to, if you allow it to be, basically. So it is up to you not to get addicted to things, because that it has certain musics. It's like when you play the pokies and there's this really boring music behind it, but people actually get addicted to the sound. And that's how, like they do things around the world with sound. It's letting out sounds, and you can't hear them if you're not really tuned in. So sometimes you just have to understand that what sound can actually do. I like playing the singing bowl, removing all that kind of energy, staying more into my own power. Right, in the AI world, what do we need to know this month? We're going into October. What's going on in next October? So we live here in Australia. We just had a premier resign who was very controlled in Victoria. He resigned. So we had one resign in Perth, WA. Now he resigned. There's a lot of people resigning. This makes you wonder, doesn't it? But apparently he joined the W, the W word. Apparently. So, but in AI, let's concentrate. What do you want us to know? What do we need to know for October? So the Five of Cups. There's a lot of last minute crap getting thrown out at us. Just so you know, I feel stay in your power. There's flights flying around. There's people trying to hold on to the old way of life. It won't be no more though. It's leaving. I'm not taking personal questions here, but if you have a question about the world, you can ask it. All right. Go ahead. I do take questions if you ask questions. So please. So we have the 7 of Blades. All right. So you can ask questions as long as they're not personal questions. I usually do them on my Facebook page when I do readings. Here's more about world agendas, and you can ask anything about that. So the 7 of Blades, this getting ready for the battle. The 2 of Batons. The world is being shown here. Everyone is watching. And the 8 of Coins, where scientists are finally being held accountable, where people have had enough, if that makes sense. And then we have the Hanged Man. So everything in October looks a little bit upside down. But this is where you just need to learn to stay in your power. Yeah, it's very, very important. So my name is Rashka. I want to know whatever I should choose, a law degree in India or MBA abroad. I'm literally confused. All right, let me do a reading. You're actually confused. All right, let's get out of your confusion and ask, okay? Should you pick this reading's for Rashka? Law or so I have an ending coming here, okay, of your confusion. This is the paperwork flying. Basically, it's really up here in your head, what to choose, right? So you need to step back, and you need to step back in your power and really, really ground yourself of, okay, what is better for me? Okay. It shows you to look deep within when you make your decision. There's someone around you who gives you advice. Okay. But the advice is half and half still, so you still haven't made up. So you're half and half. So I have the Chariot. This is where you actually move forward. I'm not sure. And this is the Empress card. That's where you feel comfortable with your decision. So let's go into the decision. Okay. Not study. I mean, when it happens, you move very quickly. It'll be around water. And a 9 of Cups. So well, I know you can't decide, but to me is what is when you really tune into this, okay, is what is near water in your decision? There's something that's near water, okay? Don't get chained to the materialistic things. You need to come from your heart in this, okay? You need to really trust your gut feelings on decision making, right? When you look within, because either decision I feel is right, because I have the Sun card here. So even that you can't make a choice, either choice will serve your soul, if that makes sense. Okay? There is no wrong or right choice in this. But there is a lot of water around like when you make a decision is I'm not sure what areas they're in. But I guess it's true. Actually, I'm not. So between the two. So to me is both will fulfill your soul. I feel a law degree is a beautiful thing to do, or MBA from abroad as a literally. So if I don't know what country you're from, but if you like India, it is a very spiritual place. If a law degree is very good to do there, I would do a law degree. Okay. But I do believe both of these choices are very good choices. So I don't feel like, maybe you got time, you do one first and then do the other one a bit later. There's no rush of everything all the time, if you know what I mean. All right, let's go into, I'll pull another card out of another deck and ask. So I just asked about the law degrees. I don't think it will fill up the cups that you expect it to do. So I'm going to ask about the R&B, the other one, the other choice. What is it? MBA. This one is a very heavy burden. You're putting too much of a burden on yourself. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. Do you know having the Eight of Pentacles here? This is a good money-making card. So the one abroad is a very good in the future to make money. Okay. Which they both are as well. It depends what you're going to do, where your vision is and where you actually want to go in life, if that makes sense to you. Fills up both your cups. So basically the cards are telling me it is a choice because both of these decisions are good. But because you can't decide is choose one of them. A law degree is very good to have because it teaches you how things run in the world and understanding of it. Okay. So I don't know much about the other one, but that's how I feel. I know choosing one is difficult, but what suits you more? What do you think suits you more? Like having a look at how your life is at this time in space, what would suit you better? It keeps, the cards don't. So it shows me that because it's so undecisive but it keeps showing me either way you're going to succeed in either. That's what this keeps showing me. Even that there's certain obstacles in the way now, but once you've done the heart yarn and all that, is either way, it doesn't matter which one you choose, even that it's confusing, is you'll be guided to choose the right one. And it has to do with water. I keep getting water. It's around water. So I guess you're traveling abroad over water. That could be your answer, all right? It's got to do with, with traveling, okay? If that makes sense to you. And thank you for your question. All right. And whatever you choose, good luck. And I do feel it's over water. It's got to do, so good luck to you. And I just feel you'll be very successful. Sometimes you will struggle, but there's the success card was there, okay? You just have to believe. All right. I was going to talk about the illusions in our world. How can we define what is true and what's not? How do we define like questions like when we have to answer certain questions, what's good for us and what is not? I like taking when I make really big decisions of like this person that's asked, is I think we have to sit in quietness and visualize what is more fulfilling for your soul. What will you get out of it? How will you live in certain places? Can you achieve things in those places for yourself, for your soul growth and stuff like that? These are just stepping into your own sitting in quietness and really allowing nothing to be here, just allowing you to be in the now and then concentrating on yourself while you're in the now is just letting go, and allowing the manifestation of where you need to be come through, and trust your gut feeling and your intuition of what you're meant to be doing. It is really important to do that. So, all right, a future reading. What can we ask? We're asking the AI. So October is going to be a very upside down month. So we know that. It's had the hangman in it. There's a lot of things going on in the AI technology, but there's a lot of other things going on. So you will hear a lot of things crashing, tower moments. They're talking about digital currency. There's just so much going on that is quite interesting. So let's have a look. So we have the 7 of Wands. So it's we need to ground lots. We need to find someone wants to hold the power. It's quite interesting. We're always juggling. Everything is a juggle in a moment in life. That's it. We need to, as humanity, stick together and be kind and more loving. We have the High Priestess here. So really coming home to our feminine energy, understanding the cycles of life, understanding nurturing again. And that means everyone to be balanced. Everything we see in the moment is around money. We can see the richest taken, like having their claws and everything, trying to take everything away. The moon will shine a light on it because the moon shows falsehood as well. And then we have the Queen of Wands. There's a lot of feminine energy here with the Queen and grounding, so supporting the planet, understanding that what the new agendas are trying to do is actually really trying to destroy the earth. So we have to be really aware not to believe everything that there's no climate change. That's how I say it. It's all bullshit, right? It's been proven by many scientists that it's not. The scientists have been shut up. So what do? Is there's no global warming. We're colder than we were. So what is the agenda behind all these things that they're trying to, like the planet is a living, beautiful thing that we live on and visiting. It has trees, they destroy them. They put all these weird things on there. They want to get rid of animals, feed you with bugs. I mean, what the? Like, this is not normal. And then they got all these things going on that are not normal. It is us as humanity that has to step back in our power and take our power back in and say, enough is enough. And I see that in a lot of countries now. And I just want a lot of hope out there, a lot of people realizing that we have to be kinder to each other and not be squished into these boxes where we don't belong, that we are actually beautiful, powerful, loving beings that can achieve anything if we want to. And that's my message. I don't know how I can spread it more than that. We are just beautiful human beings. So I'm going to pull out a beautiful galactic saying out of these cards. Something nice. What do we need to hear? Collaboration. A partnership or joint venture. So we as humans have to bring ourselves back and have our dreams to move forward. Our businesses, our romantic partnerships, a group, everything that we brings us happiness because they're trying to take that away. We're not into 15-minute cities. I'm not into eating bugs, so neither are you. And I don't understand how they can promote bread with grasshoppers in it. Now, why would you want to kill 50 grasshoppers to make one stupid loaf of bread? How much stupidity? I don't know, or even more. Why would you do that to the grasshoppers? What have they ever done to you as well? Is, they're always saying, oh, you shouldn't eat this and you shouldn't eat that. Is, life has a cycle. Everything has a cycle. And what they're doing, what's happening is it's so unbalanced. And it is us as humans to bring back the balance. We came to bring back the balance. We came here to overcome all this. Let's make the most of it while we are alive. And how dare these people think that we are so dumb and stupid that we're going to obey and eat bugs. I mean, for college, yeah. Anyway, that's my run for the night. What's the other card? The optimist. Yes, we need to be optimistic about the world. Do you know, it is our brotherhood. It is, we need to take back our power. We need to stand in our power. We need to be the divine humans that we are. And we've got this. I know we got this. I know it will take time. Well, I'm going to end it here with lots of blessings, and I'm not sure what I'm going to talk about next time. Whatever comes up is just remember, unhook yourself from all contracts, karmic things, and put a beautiful violet flame around you, and make the best out of the life that you can. And if decision making is very hard at the moment, is just rebalance yourself. The right answer will always come, okay? The cards may not always give you the straight answer at the moment because it's a decision sometimes that you have to make. And it is important that we make decisions from our heart. Be the love, be the kindness, help your neighbour, and be more understanding. Step out of the rage and anger that they're trying to set into this world. That's their agenda. Step out of it, and just be the best version and kindest version of yourself, and be kind to yourself as well. Look after yourself. Stay healthy, and be blessed. Feel blessed. Don't look at everything so negative. You know, it doesn't matter what goes on around. You're still here. You're still breathing. You still have something to look forward to. Yeah, and let's help this world to rebuild itself. Let's help the homeless, the people that don't have food, that deserve food. Everyone deserves a roof over their head. And it's time that we actually do more and help people accountable for the wrongdoings that they're doing in this world. And I hope that moves forward like that with lots of blessing. So stay in your heart, stay beautiful, stay blessed, and look at the world in a different way, more colourful, more beautiful. It is here for everyone to join. It is here that we find our own happiness. And happiness is when it's not outside of us, it's within us, like the whole journey of life is. Much blessing. Enjoy your night.